And we're going to get started. Again, please feel free to ask questions. If you are watching this on a replay, email me your questions, or if there's a spot that really spoke to you, like send it my way. I'm here to help. At the end, I'll put up like all of my social media and email and stuff like that so you guys can get a hold of me. But I wanted to do this webinar because A, of the time of the year, right? It's like the beginning of New Year's, and I just recently did a podcast on why New Year's resolutions stop. And it's a great time of year, and we talk about that. But that was kind of like the beginning section of coming into this topic of stop starting over. And there are so many people, and all of you could probably raise your hands to this. There's so many people that get going on this journey and then we stop. Normal, right? Completely normal. I hate that it's become normal, but there are reasons why this happens. And coaches aren't talking about it. Trainers that you get at the gym aren't talking about it. People that lead you in your spin class and your group fitness classes, like they're not talking about it. And a lot of the times because they have no clue. They don't really understand why either. But people also aren't talking about it because it's not fun, it's not sexy, it's just not something that we want to hear. And I'm here to speak the truth. So if you guys have trained with me for a while, if you follow me on social media, if you listen to the podcast, you know, yeah, like I'm going to give it to you real. We don't have time to sugarcoat anything. There may even be a few F bombs that are dropping tonight. I don't know. We'll see where this goes. But I want you guys to have the truth. I want you to have the knowledge. And I want you guys all to really think about your journey as I'm talking. If I speak to you and you're like, I don't want to say anything, but I kind of want to like say that I understand what you're saying, put it in the chat. So we all have this chat feature. You can have the message go to the group or to me. First thing I want you to put in there is like your name, where are you from? I'd love to know where people live across the country. It's always cool to see where we get and pull people. And then also put in there like, what have you struggled with most on your journey with starting and stopping? What has been the biggest thing that has kept you from continuing on and learning? Like, I would love to know that as well. So, you know, you don't have to do it right now, but if you can put it in the beginning, especially put where you're from and where you're watching from. But the other main reason why I'm doing this is because this is the time of year where most people get started. But I want to bring awareness to all of these topics that we're going to cover tonight. When we have awareness, that is step one. And again, this is something that a lot of people don't talk about. When you know and you can identify and you start having awareness around something, I tell my clients this all the time, that is the first step to changing your journey and your story. If we don't have awareness around anything and we don't really understand what's going on, why certain things are happening, it's really hard to keep moving forward. Really, really hard. And ask any of my clients, this is a process that takes more than 6 or 8 weeks. And we'll talk about that too. But if you have awareness in all areas, if you have that main awareness, we can start letting go of excuses and we can keep moving forward. So that's another reason why I want to do it. And also, I don't want another year to go by where it's 2006. The next thing we know, we're going to blink and it's 2007. And you're in the exact same position that you were before. You're going to notice real quick, if you're new to me, my voice gets really high. I use a lot of hand gestures. I get really into this. But I don't think enough people realize that you only get to live this life once. Like, we don't get to do this again. Um, we only get to be the best version of ourselves once. And we keep thinking we have tomorrow to change. Oh, I'll do it Monday. Oh, I'll do it next week. Oh, I'll do it next year. Massive wake up call, you guys. We could snap our finger and our life could be completely different tomorrow and in not such a good way. And then that's when regret happens. And I don't want that for anyone. So if we can identify like what makes us stop, what makes me not keep going, you're going to have so much power just by the end of this tonight. So please know that and be ready to just like learn. And again, be interactive, like ask questions and stuff. I'm going to share my screen with you guys, like where I'm coming from. This is my first little slide. And this slide is like totally not for you. The slides are for me to just like stay on track. But I wanted to share this first page and like just give you guys an idea of like who I am, where I've come from. Me on my left is who I used to be. Okay. Um, and I just had my friend see this photo in the top left corner and she was like, "Oh my God, were you pregnant?" I'm not pregnant in that picture. Can we just make that clear really quick? Like, I'm not pregnant in that picture. Um, and then I kind of like transitioned to like the middle person. And then I was the person like, right there with the kid in the blue sweatshirt that I'm holding. And like, I thought that was like as good as it got. I thought like this must be it. And I can't even tell you how many times that person right there on the left throughout this journey, how many times she started and she stopped over and over and over again. And it was such a big part of where I am today, which is me on the right. I get asked if I'm photoshopped all the time. Any photo and image that you see of me out there, I don't. It's actually part of my contracts if I am shooting for this jacket that I'm wearing here on the right, tops or whatever, that they cannot alter my body. Sure, you can give me a spray tan, like whatever, but you can't alter my body. Um, and this is who I am now, and this is who I've been able to maintain for years. Anyone can get to a stage. You really can. But then can you maintain it after that? That's the hard part. And that is the part that I want everyone to get to because I don't want you to get to a level and then stop. I want you to get to a level, figure your shit out, and be able to keep going so you hit everything that you want to hit. And then also, you guys, I'm a mom. I have kids. If I don't teach my kids how to do this, who will? Seriously. Like, I want you to really think about that. If you're not teaching your kids adversity and like pushing through, and yeah, you feel like crap and you have failure, and you're not teaching them how to lift and show up and get muscle and train, like, I mean, I could just go on and on and on. Who's going to? Do you want them waking up at 35 years old going, I don't even know who I am anymore. I freaking hate my body and I don't even like know how to keep going. No, we're going to stop the cycle. We want to stop the cycle. And this is another reason why I'm doing this tonight. I want the cycle to be stopped. So let's dive into this, okay? Because I want you to understand this cycle and how common like the start stop fitness cycle is. Um, it's an experience that everyone has, and I want you to really understand why. Um, and most people like we live in this cycle, okay? And right now where we're at today, here's the thing. I'm gonna let you guys off the hook like for 2 seconds, okay? It's not totally our fault. I talked about this in my podcast and I gave a little bit in it of the podcast that just came out last week. So it's still there, so go and listen. But a lot of it's not our fault, you guys. We live in a world now of instant gratification. I can pick up my phone, order food right now, and have it delivered to my door in like 30 minutes. I can order and pick up on Amazon and have it delivered to me right now. That messes with our brain and our journey with our fitness so much. And people don't talk about this enough. How much we see things changing and fasting and like now and like everything, all of it. And then we think our body should show up the exact same way. And you guys, it doesn't. I love it. Stephanie said, I struggle with food. Discovering my little self was my biggest shift. Oh, absolutely. Mike had said not seeing the progress after 30 to 60 days, right? I mean, we could order something and have something completely custom built for us from the other side of the world and have it to us in 30 to 60 days. And we're like, why can't I build my body in 30 to 60 days? Like, what the heck? And then Lisa had said, I usually start and yes, I end up putting it off and then eventually just stop. All of these are super common. And the world that we live in right now with our social media and everything's instant, that changes our brain. That changes our mind drastically and our social media. How many of or have you ever seen those videos where they like restock the refrigerators and it's like all like a noise, like a click, 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 noise, noise, noise? My daughters love those. They think they're like, oh, it's so satisfying. And then the big popular ones, we see people transform their entire body in a matter of 10 seconds. Or sometimes it's just a picture and it's like boom and boom, line in the middle, that's it. This is changing the connections and how our brain is fired and working. because then we go on this journey and I'm like, hi, it's going to take you months upon months, if not years, to change your body. And you're going, whoa, no, 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 ma'am. I get to watch things transform before my eyes on social media. So my body better show up and do the exact same thing. And if it doesn't, I'm going to be pissed. And then I'm going to get down on myself. And then I'm going to have shame and guilt come in, and then we're just going to stop because, why? Screw it. Why am I going to keep doing this? It's not working anyways. Can you guys relate to this? This is my first question for you. Have you ever thought of social media and how it changes our brain in this way before? Have you ever thought how damaging those videos are? I mean, it's crazy. But I want you to take time to really think about this because in reality, our biology, it doesn't move that way, right? Duh, no duh. Our body works a lot slower than this. And fat loss is very gradual. And at first, it's often very visible. If you have light, squishy fat, I don't know how else to call it. Like if you can grab your stomach and really grab a lot and jiggle, or your thighs, or whatever, that's squishy fat, right? And once you start to change your body and you start moving, that usually can come off pretty fast and it's kind of visible. Well, that takes us to level here. I want to go level here, right? There's a lot of work that has to happen to get us to that next level. And people stop, they get here and then they stop. And they're like, what the heck? Why aren't I going more and faster? And then they stop and then they fall off. We have to realize that our biology is completely different. And know this, okay? This is another reason people don't understand. Another problem people don't understand. When you have fat on your body, that is its way of protecting you. Did you guys know that? Did you know that fat is a form of protection? It surrounds our organs. For women, we carry it right here in our stomach, like a really low stomach. I mean, guys get beer guts and stuff too, and humans in general carry it there, but women, we really carry it there. That is really the last place to go. Where in men, I'll see men and that disappears a little bit faster. But in women, that sticks around. It's protecting our uterus. It's protecting us. It's protecting the child that your body thinks you're going to have, no matter if you're 30, if you're 60. Your body doesn't know. And it's protection. When we are stressed at work, when you are just living a fast-paced life, your body can't keep up. It's not getting enough sleep. And it's this is a crazy life that this person lives. We're going to put fat on to protect us. We need to protect us from this stress. So, but we get mad at it. We get mad at our body doing what it's supposed to do. It's crazy. It's just craziness. We're not educated on this. So we get mad at it. We get mad at the fat on our body. We don't take time to understand it, and then we stop. It adds to the problem. And this is another part too that people don't realize. Write this one down. Early progress. And when I say early, I mean let's just say a year. Let's say we're on this journey for a year, which it really should be 5 or 7 years, but whatever. We're going to say a year, okay? We're on this journey for a year. Early progress, first 3 or 4 months. That progress is internal first. It needs to be internal. But what do we expect when we start our journey? What happens? We want external. I want to see the muscle popping. I want to see the fat gone. I want to see my skin get better. I want to see my hair get better. I want to see speed. I want to see endurance. I want to outside stuff. I want to see it. You guys, the early progress in the beginning progress here, the beginning of our journey, that should be internal. That should be changing how you think, how you feel, what cravings are going inside. How are you handling stress? Where's your self-love? Where's your confidence in this? Coaches don't train on this. Your spin instructor isn't going to spend time to show you this. And a lot of time, I think it's because coaches don't know it themselves. And so the whole fitness industry has taken on this image of progress means visual on the outside. That's how we're going to measure it. So we're going to make these scales and scans, and then we're going to tell you if you're doing a good job or if you're not doing a good job based on those. I'm sorry, what? How did we get so far away from this? And then, wrapping it back together to our webinar today, we don't see those outside changes happening and we stop. And then we don't have anyone there talking us through it. It's it's crazy. And we have to remember, you guys, your body isn't broken. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. Exactly what it's supposed to do. Anyone want to add or comment or share or anything on that? Like, please do. Please interrupt me. Um, or put it in the comments too. When I speak to you and you feel something like, oh my God, I could relate to that, say something. Don't let it just stay in here or in here. Like, get it out and express it and acknowledge it. And any clients listening right now, they're going, oh yeah, here's Melissa. She wants us to share and move it. But it's a big part of it. And you are open and welcome to do that tonight too. Um, I want you guys to have an understanding of motivation. Okay. This is a big one. And if we don't understand and have any kind of knowledge around motivation and how motivation is not habit, but we like to think that it is, you will stop. A lot of people get going on a journey because they're motivated, right? Like, how many of you have started a journey because you were like motivated to do it? Whether it was just like, I know I need to do this. It's a new year. I'm fired up. Let's go. Maybe your motivation was like you saw a picture and you're like, holy shit, am I fat? And you had that thought. Or I just put on pants and they don't fit me. That's motivation. Even though you felt bad, even though it was a really crappy feeling, it was still something that motivated you. Okay. So the underlining is emotions that fired that motivation. Well, guess what? Emotions come and go and change minute by minute. So we have all these people starting this fitness journey on something that is temporary. And then people wait for it to come back. Oh, I can't get started until I feel motivated again. I'm sorry, what? It comes and it goes and it fades really, really quickly. And then we think, oh, because I felt motivated and I went to the gym and I ate a salad today and I did this and I did it for like a whole week and here and there, we think that that motivation, I'm forming a new habit. Oh, no, you are not. You are just feeling highly motivated right now because life hasn't kicked you in the ass yet. That's not habit. That's just motivation and it's still on a high. And then when it's gone, it stops. And again, we have to look at what got us going on the motivation in the first place. And it's crazy because so many people get motivated off of an emotion, even if it was an anger emotion, a sad emotion, a happy emotion, like whatever that, a jealous emotion. Like, what if someone else started a journey, right? And then you're like, I'm jealous. They're doing it and I'm not. That's still a motivating factor. And again, I'm not telling you that motivation is bad all over. I'm not telling you that like you shouldn't take actions if you have motivation. Like, no, my God, like use it, like put it in the toolbox. Motivation, got it, add it in, right? Um, but we can't rely on it at all. At all, like not even a little bit. We can enjoy it when it's there, but we can't totally rely on it. So when you start your journey and it starts with motivation, be careful. Be very careful because when it goes, you'll stop. This is one of the reasons, big reasons why people stop. Okay, now I'm really going to get you thinking. Okay. People stop. Okay. Hear me out on this. People stop because they love restarting. What, Melissa? That is pure craziness. I do not love restarting. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. It's horrible to restart. I don't enjoy putting on 10 pounds and then losing it and then gaining it back again and then losing it. Like, I've been on this roller coaster my whole life. Like, and I don't even have to do that much. There's no way I enjoy starting every other month in this fitness journey. Like, what are you talking about? Starting over can feel exhilarating. The anticipation of it brings a huge rush of dopamine. It may, which masks the deeper challenges that we're going to face later on. And I know people think I'm crazy when I say this because people are like, why in the world would I want to do that? Dopamine hits, however we get them as humans, are good. They feel good, even if it's crazy, even if it doesn't benefit us. Like, you know how with little kids, we always say that bad behavior still gets attention and negative attention is still attention? It's the same thing with adults. Any way that we get that dopamine hit, it's going to impact our brain. And what's crazy is that, like, have you ever thought about, like, when you're planning on signing up for a gym, or when you do sign up for a gym, you're like, I got a new membership, right? Dopamine hit. Oh my God, I bought these new Lululemon leggings, or I got this new shirt. I got these new shorts because I'm starting over again. Like, oh, this time I'm going to do it. Dopamine hit, dopamine hit, dopamine hit. And then you fall off and you're like, and then you're like, okay, nope, this is going to be, this is it. This is it, Melissa. This is my year. Dopamine hit, and then it falls off. We get addicted to that very, very fast. And it's part of the reason why we start and stop, even if it's way back here. You guys heard me talk and use my finger and point back here to the back of our head. Things hide back here, right here in the base of our neck. And this is one of them. No one talks about this at all. This is one of the big things because we're secretly back here. It's not even a conscious level. It's not even up here, but back here, we're going, I know I'm going to get another hit when I do this again. I don't want to fail. That's silly. But when I do fail and I start up again, I'm going to get that hit and that newness, that new shiny car smell. Crazy, right? But no one talks about this. And if you're not aware of this dopamine hit and this pleasure that you get from it, you will keep doing it. You will keep starting and you will keep stopping. Like, for sure. Lisa had said, this time feels different for me. Yes, I did start and stop now on this journey this time, but I'm determined to make change permanently. Yeah. And it's hard. And how hard has it been, Lisa? How many times have you wanted to quit, but we're like, And we'll talk about that in a little bit too. But these are like key points that I really want you guys to take note on and like really, really think about. And why does it feel so good to like start and stop? Another thing too, this is a good one too. This is a big one. um Knowing what to do like isn't the problem. It's knowledge versus execution. We have so much knowledge at our fingertips right now that doesn't actually mean that we'll execute the plan, right? And this is where most people struggle is executing the plan. Keep going even when it's not fun and boring and whatever. We couldn't get an app right now. Go to the app store, find a fitness app. We can get 100 workouts a month for $20, right? How many of you had that? How many of you actually bought one of those before? Like, sure, we can look up workouts right now, how to lose 30 pounds in 30 days. And you can find it on YouTube. You can find it on the App Store. You can find it. You can find TikToks and people that will give you free workouts and all that. This is at our fingertips, you guys. Okay, so that's not part of the problem. But we stop because this is fun for a beginning and we have all this knowledge. And like a couple things happen. One, we either become overwhelmed, or two, we don't know what we're doing. And so we don't know how to keep it going. Knowledge is not the answer. And here's the little trick too about like getting an app and it's like $20. It's not enough money to like really sting, right? So they get a lot of people to do it and they get a lot of people paying $20 and they make a lot of money off of it. So they just keep filling it and keep those apps going and those programs going and not realizing that they're killing us because we will keep paying that $20 a month because we're like, well, I don't want to cancel because then I'm going to feel like a loser. Like I'm going to get to it next week, so I don't want to cancel. I'm going to keep it going. It's just it's crazy. Access to the information is not the issue. It's continuing it on. Like we know protein matters. We know consistency matters. We know the workouts matter, but we don't fail because we don't know. We fail because knowing doesn't change behavior. And if you don't have a change in behavior, you stop. Also, decision fatigue. Uh, Everyone on here works, I'm sure, in one way or another, even if you're at home and you are managing the home and the kids and you are a chauffeur and you make the dinners and like you work. We get decision fatigue. People will stop their fitness journey just to take one thing off of their plate. Think about it. We constantly make decisions. How many of you worked a full day today and you had to make a decision and answer things? And even if you were with kids, you had to decide this and like, what are you going to make for dinner tonight? And like, even down to like, what am I going to wear and what time am I going to do this? Like, we get decision fatigued big time. And this makes people stop their fitness journey because they're like, I can't keep doing this. Life is too stressful. You know what? I'll come back to it. No, you won't. No, you won't. This is why we stop. We get decision fatigued and then we stop. And here's the crazy part. Here's what's crazy. When we get stressed and we are like fatigued, most people take away the number one thing there that's going to help them get going. Whether you're stressed with finances, whether you're stressed with a relationship, whether you're stressed with work, whether you're just like, I got so many things on my plate, I need to take one thing off. What do we take off? Our fitness, our workouts, our coach, our trainer, like whatever that is. We take it off. And it's like, bro, you just took off the one thing that's going to help you beat this. You just took off the one thing that you shouldn't take off. And then we stop. And no one's talking about this. It's mind blown every time, like mind blown. Um, and then here's the big thing, right? When there's no accountability, okay, this is the biggest thing that I learned early on as a personal trainer and a group fitness instructor. And I just worked for gyms, right? I didn't like have an email list of like all the people attending my classes, but when someone didn't show, you better believe before I started that class, I wanted to pick up my phone and call them. Be like, where are you? I'm getting ready to hit play on this Zumba class track and like you're not here. Or I have stations set up and yours is empty. Like, where are you? I wanted to hold people accountable. I noticed this very early that this was a problem. If I had to cancel my training session, they canceled. And if they canceled, I didn't care. I was still getting paid. Like, I'm just being honest. When there's no accountability, motivation will fade every time. So we can already count on that. Most people have no accountability once it does. So if you remove yourself from something, you know, it it will go away. And then think about it too. Your partner, they can support you, but they shouldn't parent or coach you. Do you really want your spouse telling you, like, hey, honey, you really should get to the gym? I'd be like, what do you mean? You saying I'm fat? Like, what's happening here? Like, I don't want my partner telling me to go to the gym. It shouldn't be their role. That's a very, very slippery slope. It's a game that I wouldn't want to play. Um, and accountability really needs to be neutral and consistent. And most people that I work with come to me saying, I don't have an environment. I like everyone in my environment is overweight, or I don't have friends that are into this. People that get going saying, like, no one else in my life works out. Not even my husband works out, or my wife really isn't into it. Like, I really am on this journey alone. Like, my parents are overweight, my siblings are, no one's really into this. Um, I'm really on my own. And guess what? When you're on your own, or like you have this environment around you, but it's not very helpful, you eventually will just morph back into your environment. You are the sum of the top 5 people that you spend the most time with. And a lot of my clients, all of my clients, whether you're in like my group program or one-on-one, I am one of their top 5. You better fucking believe that I'm going to seep into your life and I'm going to change you. And that's a problem if you don't have anyone in your life that's like not going anywhere and can be consistent. Accountability is huge. And most people start their fitness journey without that accountability. It's just not there. Or they start with a friend and they're like, me and this friend are going to go to the gym. Great. Are you guys at the same level? Uh-huh. Do you both have like the same amount of weight to lose? Uh-huh. Uh, okay, that makes it really tough. It makes it tough, but is it impossible? No. And then one person ends up quitting. One person quits and one person stops. Or you're like, oh, I'm so tired today. Are you tired today? Yeah. You want to go to like Starbucks instead? Yeah. See what happens when you're at the same level? Not good. This is why it's super important. I did a podcast on this too, a couple of podcasts ago. We've talked about this. If you are on this fitness journey, eventually it's really important that your partner gets on too. It really is huge to have both of you going for the same goals and have that that connection. So just an FYI, it is important to really start shifting and going in that direction together. And then, yes, that does become part of your accountability because you are working towards the same goals. It can be a really beautiful thing for everyone. Here's the other thing, a big one of why people start. No one prepares you for the freaking boredom that you're going to feel on this journey, the discomfort, the true discomfort of like mentally and physically being pushed, like, ew, the soreness, ew, the like, I don't want to do this, but I'm only doing it because Melissa is making me, and I'm really uncomfortable and I kind of hate her right now. That's discomfort. And then the repetition. If you're not saying at some point, I swear to God, if I eat one more salad, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Or if because it's just the same thing over and over again, you're not doing it right. Like you will get super tired of eating. It gets boring and like no one prepares us for this. Coaches aren't talking about this. Trainers are just like, I don't know, we're not helping our clients. Like, I want to run this whole company and like really create and train real trainers and coaches and like real fitness instructors and stuff and like get them to teach other people the truth. Like I want to duplicate myself if I can in any way because this is huge and this is why people stop. Everything has to be new and shiny. Dopamine hit, right? That we talked about, right? Yay! New food. I'm a foodie. I like new flavor. like new taste. I like new clothes. Your fitness journey is going to be boring AF. The discomfort is real, and doing the same shit over and over and over again until you crack the code in your body is real. And people think that boring means it's not working. People also feel like discomfort means failure. When you get stuck in a rut and you're like, I just want to quit, that's discomfort. And we think, I'm failing. I'm failing right now because I should know better. I should be further along on my journey. I should be, and this is uncomfortable. It makes us uncomfortable. And then we quit. And we quit. Like, no, 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 no. You need to be prepared that there are going to be weeks that are super, super boring. And then there's going to be weeks where you're like, oh my God, can I just, I can't even catch a break. And there are going to be times on this journey where you are so uncomfortable, you don't even realize what's happening. But it's like this, you guys. And then it levels out, and then no one prepares you for this. And I want you to realize that this is a big part of the journey and the struggle. And this is a big part as to why people stop because they're not prepared for it. And they don't have the accountability and people pushing them through it. It, it, it's crazy. And then another thing too, a part of like the boredom, this is what gets to people's head too, is like when it kind of gets like to the boring stage, they think, oh, I don't need this anymore. Like I feel like I got it. Like this is pretty boring. I feel like I got it. People quit before payday all the time. They think, oh, this is just a waste of money, or like, I can probably do this on my own. Can you? Can you really? Because I've been at this shit for over 20 plus years. I have been hardcore and like on my freaking grind for like the last 7, like working and doing whatever I can to put on like every ounce of muscle on my body. And I still use my group program and the way I coach and train just as much as my clients do. So tell me your magic of how you can do it on your own because I would love to know. I'd love to learn from you. Like, I know I sound snotty, but whatever. I am kind of snotty. But pay attention to this because these 3 things, boredom, discomfort, and repetition, will make you stop if you don't realize like this is normal. This is what Melissa talked about on the webinar. Yeah. Now let's talk about the truth about working out. I want to get through all of this and have time for you guys to like ask questions and talk and share and like whatever you want to do. The truth about working out, okay, this is another thing that like we're completely lied to because we think that can I just work out like for 45 minutes a day? Like, and we used to have those 8-minute ab workouts, remember that? And then again, we see the instant gratification, we see the quick thing, whatever, and we think that our body should happen. You guys, here's the thing. It takes a long, long time to build muscle. Your muscle loss begins in your 30s. If you're not resistance training, you're in your 30s, your muscle is going bye-bye. And a lot of people are covered in a layer of fat, so we don't even realize how much muscle is being lost. Imagine that everyone was thin, everyone's body fat was low, not because they're fit, but just let's pretend humans, there's a whole group of humans that have low body fat. They're in their 30s, they're not resistance training at all. Do you have any idea what they would look like? But we don't get to see this because we're covered in, most Americans are covered in a layer of fat. And that messes with our head. We don't realize and see how much muscle we're losing. Okay. Adults lose about 3 to 8%. That's a lot of muscle per decade. Calories, or I'm sorry, cardio burns calories. It doesn't build shape. So when you're going to your spin class and you're doing like your cardio and you're running and you're doing marathons, that's great. Oh my God, I'm not telling you to stop. You like cycling, you like doing all those things. Like, yes, do it. Especially if it's tough and mentally it's good for you, whatever. That's not going to build your shape of your body unless it's like super extreme. Okay. And most of us are not into extreme sports like that. Strength training changes the entire like composition of your body. And we're not told the truth about this. And so when we go to the gym and we're like, I'm going to do these pieces of equipment, or I'm going to show up and do my class. Um, I'm going to circuit today, which is hard for me to say because I am a group fitness instructor. I keep that certification on. Did it for over 20 years. Like it's hard for me to say that, but looking back now, when people will come to my class, I did the best I could. But like when you're circuit like that, it's like, it's fun, it's great, but that ain't building your muscle. There's no way. We're lied to about it. So we do these things and then we get discouraged because we're like, this isn't changing me. Like, and then we stop because we don't know the truth about it and how much time and dedication it's really going to take. Cardio does, it makes you tired. Strength training, it changes your entire body 1000%. And the more we're lied to about how long it actually takes, the more likely you are to stop because you have no clue of how long this is really going to take. And then you're physically and mentally you're not prepared for this. And if you're not prepared for something, how miserable is it? Like if you're going on a camping trip and you're not prepared for that camping trip and you had no idea you were supposed to pack bug spray and a net and pots and pans, like you are just miserable on that trip. Have you ever taken a trip and haven't been prepared for it? It's horrible. And you're like, fuck this, I'm going home. Welcome to your fitness journey, not being prepared with these things. You're like, peace out, bitches. I'm not doing this anymore. And you're gone. It's the same thing. You have to be prepared for this. And if you're not, you stop. Can we please? I would love to change the world, you guys. Can we all please stop saying, I just want to get toned? I want to really have you guys understand what getting toned means. And we need to stop saying it because toned means fat loss, like visible muscle. Well, muscle growth happens really slowly. And people just think, oh no, I just need to do this and I need to get toned. Okay. Um, when you want to get toned, that means that you have to have muscle already to tone that muscle. And remember how we just talked about how we don't even get to visually see how much muscle loss we've had over the years because we're covered in a layer of fat. You have to have muscle there to tone it. So it would be appropriate for me to say like, oh, this muscle right here, like I want to tone that because there's already muscle there. Most people that say and come to me and they say, I want to get toned. Well, okay, what's your goal, Melissa? I really want to get toned arms. Okay. Let's say I have them pick up that 10-pound dumbbell and just do like a real curl. And they're like, and like swinging it up. There is no muscle there to even tone. So you guys, you're saying like, I want big guns when you have like nothing. Nothing. I want to live in this mansion. You don't even have a plot of land yet. That's what it's like. So I just had to add this in here because it's something that people say to me all the time. And that visual change lags behind strength gains 100%. So I had to add that in there. Um, People also stop too because you do two things that kill you. You start dieting and you start working out at the same time. Wait. Melissa, hold on. That doesn't even make sense. Aren't we supposed to start dieting and exercise? Isn't that what we do? And I have a saying in my house, we don't diet and exercise, we eat and we train. That's what we should be doing back to back. We should be eating and we should be training hard. That's what we focus on. What do most people do? I'm going to start a diet and I'm going to start working out. And then they stop. That's what everyone says right now about New Year's resolutions. I'm going to start my diet. I'm going to start going to the gym. And why is this a problem? Because you're now starting to like want more for your body to do, right? We need like, give it to me. I'm going to exert energy and like, I'm going to do all the things. Body, come on. I need you to work with me. I need you to do this. Let's go. But I'm going to cut your calories in half. I'm not going to fuel you. Well, that's a problem because muscle requires fuel. So you're going and asking your body to do something, and then you're feeding it very, very little. A lot of things are going to happen. Your hormones are going to get out of whack. You're not going to have enough energy. You're going to be super sore. And then you're going to be like, I'm so miserable. I can't even walk. And you do it way too fast. And when you severely cut like calories, you're not increasing your muscle at all. It's a problem, and you're speeding up muscle loss. Under fueling increases fatigue and burnout, and then you stop. The whole theme of this whole thing. And here's the other one, the very last one here. Muscle loss slows down your metabolism. You know what great metabolism looks like? You can eat a lot and you don't gain 10 pounds that month. You have so much muscle on you that even at rest, your body's just burning calories. And most people eat very, very little food and they're slowly just shooting their metabolism in the foot. Without that working metabolism, we have a lot of problems that are ready to happen. You guys, you don't need another restart. You don't need support that, or you need support that doesn't disappear when life gets hard. And, and we don't talk about this. And then people have no idea. And they think, oh, I just need a restart. No, you don't need a restart. You need to learn how to be consistent. I don't believe that anything happens to us for no reason at all. Like there is a reason that you guys heard on the podcast and like whatever that there was going to be a webinar tonight. There was a reason that you listened. There was a reason that you joined. There's a reason that you follow me, that I popped up and maybe you ran into me somewhere. Like I always think there's a reason. And there's a reason that you were on this webinar tonight. And I want everyone to think about like the next level and what does this mean for you? Like, what do you didn't hear this webinar by accident. What key points could you identify with that you're like, if I don't address this, I'm going to be that person that starts and stops, or I'm going to start again. I'm going to stop down the road. We want to prevent that. And you got to remember, real change doesn't happen by motivation. There's a lot of support and structure and accountability. And that's literally exactly what I do. And I want you guys to know that I'm here to help you guys figure this out. Because if what you're doing right now, we already know it doesn't work. We already know that you've tried to do things alone. I want everyone to stop saying that, like, I'm going to start Monday. Like, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to start now. I'm going to start here. You need the support, the accountability, the structure. If you guys are interested in coaching, if you're ready to be consistent, like you can always reach out to me. I have two ways to work with me right now. One, you can do like one-on-one coaching, totally depends on what level you want. Or two, we have a group program. The group program is only for women right now. Everything that you need for the accountability, the support, the workouts, like everything, it's going to happen in that group. And it's going to look different for everyone. But how far you take it, how far you push yourself, how much you ask for help or don't ask for help, that's going to depend on you. Because I will provide you like here you go. But you have to decide what you're going to take from me. I will give it to you, but only you can do the work. I can provide you the most incredible workouts in the world. I can call you and tell you to show up. But if you aren't actively making those choices to do it, if you are not in it and have a real reason why behind it and what's going to drive you, you'll fall off again. You don't have to do this alone. And this is why I switched to doing what I do now. This is why I stopped doing one-on-one training the way I was coaching before. Um, it wasn't enough. Believe it or not, it wasn't enough. I was changing lives. And then guess what? When people stopped doing one-on-one coaching with me, they gained it all back. We didn't do any work in here. We just did all the work here. It was nuts. And I'm like, I can't be a part of the problem anymore. Here's ways that you guys can connect with me in the chat. On the very first message, I put in a link. Whoops, I'm going to put in a link here again. It's the very first message in the chat. There's a link to the Zoom call with me. So if you want to book a call with me, click that link. Um, it's right here. I'll just repaste it. It's right here. Click it and you can book a call. I'll do 15, 20-minute calls with everyone and we'll decide like what's the next best step. What are you still struggling with? You guys can find me on Instagram, send me a DM. I answer all of my own DMs. You can get into our VIP Facebook group. It's Melissa Vogel. Listen to the podcast or email me. It's melissavogel@gmail.com. If you want to go back and forth with email, you don't want to jump on a call, you totally can. We can go back and forth on voice or whatever. But, my whole point in sharing all of this tonight is that you guys deserve to live the best life ever. You guys deserve to do everything that you said you wanted to do. You deserve to have the body that you want. And if you don't create change, things that might be uncomfortable, things that maybe it'll stress you financially a little bit. I run into that all the time. Um, what is it going to take? Like, what's going to get you there? Like, if you're not willing to go through that, you got to ask yourself the hardest questions of like, what is it going to take then? I just hope you all can take a piece of this webinar tonight and really take a look of like, and remember, this is the part Melissa talked about. This is what will stop me. I have awareness now. I'm going to take this, I'm going to use it, and I'm not going to let it stop me for the future. That's what's important. That's what I want you guys to take away. Carrie Ann said, I wanted to share. It takes time. It took me 5 months before the scale moved. That is real. For a female, that is real. I have a client that I've been working for with now almost 5 months, and she's almost at that 10-pound mark just now. And all of her friends are taking and and they're all at like a 20-pound loss. And they're like, what are you doing? And that messes with her head all the time. And we stay on it and we're doing it right. And what's crazy is that she looks better at her almost 10-pound mark than they do. Their skin is hanging on them. No one can stand up and be like, yes. And she's like, look at my guns. And they can't. And like, what are you doing? And she's like, you know what I'm doing. I'm doing it the right way, the slow way. So learn from your past failures. Make it an entire reason to not repeat them and get the help that you need. And anyone who is on this journey, like Carrie Ann's here, she's on her journey, Stephanie, Christine, like take from this right now and identify what could slow me down, what could make me stop. And then make promises to yourself. You're like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to get on it. And that takes changes up here mentally as well as physically. They have to happen at the same time. All right, you guys, thank you for joining. If anyone has any other questions or concerns, feel free to email me. It's melissavogel@gmail.com. And then, follow me on Instagram. And if you want, click that link to book a call. But I'll send everyone an email tomorrow and the replay of this. All right.